Welcome to the second installment of JCC Excellence Showcase. If you're coming from another session, we thank you for being able to make the second round of amazing JCC programs and initiatives that are sharing with us today. And thank you for being with us. I know it's a long Wednesday of programming and opportunities to be together, and we're just so grateful to have you here. We're going to just give it a minute or so more so we can get people in and situated. Stephen, I do think that there is a way, but I am forgetting how.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, maybe once we get started, if that goes away or.
Well, while you welcome a few people, I may just find where I have some directions for that.
Okay.
Just bear with me.
Nice to see a couple familiar faces from Toronto. Welcome, guys. Appreciate everybody being here.
I just sent you the instructions from our IT person, if that makes sense to you. And while the two of you are looking at that, I will officially welcome and kick off this showcase. Welcome to Progon JCC Excellence Showcase. This afternoon session is We Are J Fitness, movement-wide community through fitness and social media from the Schwartz Reisman Center in Vaughan, Ontario. This unique coming together of fitness and digital marketing, we are so excited to present to you. My name is Isabel Madesh, and I'm Program Manager of Development and Arts and Culture at JCC Association of North America. As you may have noticed, this session is being recorded, and we understand that some people may not wish to be recorded, in which you can keep your camera off, though we encourage everyone who's comfortable doing so to stay visible so we can feel as if we are all together. We received an outpouring of submissions for Showcase, and while there was limited space at ProCon, we are thrilled to share that there will be an opportunity not only to watch videos of presentations, but see a complete library of all the programs and initiatives that were submitted in a digital library post-conference. We will be holding a Q&A at the end of the session, and you may choose to hold your questions or drop them in the chat during the presentation, and I'll be keeping an eye on your questions. But Irina and Stephen will not be able to answer them while they're presenting. And without further ado, I'm delighted to welcome our presenters from Schwartz Reisman Center, Multi-Campus Fitness Manager Stephen Gray and Fitness and Health Manager Irina Grouzman. And without further ado, I will spotlight both of our amazing presenters and let them take it away. Thanks, Isabel.
Thank you so much, Isabel, and everyone at the JCCA team. Felt really special to be recognized and honored for this award. Not just Irina and myself, but our entire center took a lot of pride in receiving that award. There was a lot of effort and sweat equity that was put behind, our effort and our mission over the past year, and we're very excited to present for everyone. So without further ado, before we actually get going, if I can just pose a quick question to the group. We have a great sized group here today. Again, appreciate everybody dropping in. Hopefully you walk away with some tips and hacks and things you can bring to your own center that we've had success with here in Toronto. Just by a quick show of hands, whether you have your camera on or if you even want to type it in the chat, does your J currently have a dedicated fitness social media account? Yes or no? So hands up if your J does have a dedicated fitness social media account. Let me see those hands. Again, if you want to type in the chat, yes, no. I'm guessing we'll be somewhere around a split group, which is perfect. I'm seeing a lot of no's in the chat. So hopefully this presentation will allow you to see the value and the opportunity. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, can everybody see that? Thumbs up, we're good to go. Okay, so here we go. We will be talking about social media through a fitness lens, the success we've specifically have had this year in a COVID pandemic world, where we started and where we're headed. So how it all started, quick little history lesson. I've been at the JCC here in Toronto almost 7 years. Irina's been at a combination of JCCs here in Toronto for I think close to 15 years. And we've had a great working dynamic together for a long time. And many years back, we felt there was an opportunity to showcase more of what we were doing in fitness on social media. Instagram wasn't really a thing at the time. So we actually started with Facebook. I believe this was 5-6 years ago. We then launched our Instagram account in September of 2018 when things were beginning to move over to Instagram. It was starting to become the IT platform. We wanted to be on there to have that presence. And we're fortunate enough to be quite a big, sizable J here in Toronto. We're just north of Toronto at the Schwartz Reisman Center. We have, thousands of members, thousands of active program users. So there's a lot going on in the center-wide, and specifically within fitness. And we just felt it was important to showcase all of that was going on in fitness with more than just one post on the main account, per week or per month. We had enough to go on there almost every day, whether it was highlighting personal training, group exercise, member moments, you name it. And so we thrived in our initial stages. We got up to 1,700 followers just before the pandemic hit. And, we spotlighted things like the authentic moments happening. We really tried to stay away from stock photo, highlighted a wider offering of all of our different fitness programs. And it really served as a new platform for our members to connect.
So our center as a whole, our fitness programs, our social media accounts were thriving, and then everything came to a halt in March 2020. Our social media efforts faced some very specific challenges right off the bat. As soon as our doors closed, all of our part-time staff were laid off and most of our full-timers as well. So we were a tiny little team left to manage all things fitness, including our fitness social media. The second challenge was inviting the thousands of members who were used to interacting with us in a physical space in real time into this new online world. A lot of our members were not tech savvy. Some of them never had an Instagram before the pandemic. So it was definitely a challenge to get all those people being comfortable in a new virtual space. And once we got the ball rolling with our social media efforts after March 2020, keeping that engagement fresh, new, and motivating was very challenging a couple months into the pandemic as soon as screen fatigue set in. And finally, anyone who was anyone, from your trainers to your boutique fitness centers to the big box gyms, were offering free online content. So the competition was steep. And even though our initial goal was to use our We Are J Fitness platform as a communication tool to keep our members updated, as well as a streaming tool for our digital fitness classes, we were truly humbled when so many new followers flocked to our page. We grew very quickly from 1,700 to the current 3,200 highly engaged followers. So it really became a true online community hub for our members, a community when our physical space was closed, a way for us to interact and stay connected. And it became the biggest fitness JCC account on Instagram.
We knew we had to develop our plan pretty quickly. We all sort of experienced the beginning of COVID in different but yet very similar ways. Having to shut down the doors at our JCC was a big deal. The JCC never closes. It's almost like a mall, with the exception of some high holidays for the Jewish holidays, or the odd stat day where we're opening early, or closing early, I should say. The J is always open. So having to close our doors was a big shock to all of us as staff, as well as the community. And we thought, rather than pausing the conversation, let's quickly move it over to social. Instagram really served as that tool for us. We didn't really have much of a budget to work with, and we didn't really need one, which was great. This was really a cost-effective tool. It was more staff timing and bringing it all together. Our target audience was, of course, our members, our beloved members, and also non-members from the community who we thought maybe could become our members one day by, bridging this gap with them now. We really focused on building out a monthly content calendar. So we provided any and all frequent updates that we had about the center, about the different things happening, whether they were opening, closing in different capacities. We had weekly workout ideas, inspiration for people working out at home, a bunch of different wellness tips, promoting any online programs that we had, as well as some different special events and challenges. I would say one of the biggest drivers that really helped drive us from 1,700 followers to 3,200 followers, especially in the early going, was we used Instagram to host all of our live digital group exercise classes, which was great. We were one of the first on Instagram live, sort of within the Toronto fitness space. So getting on early was very advantageous to us. We went live with 3 classes a day, from our instructors' homes to our members' home. There were a lot of aches and pains in the early stages, but people appreciated the authenticity. They appreciated seeing their favorite instructors' faces. People would come onto the chat and just comment in, "Oh, so great to see you," although they weren't actually seeing each other. And we really wanted to spark a conversation. So Irina and I often use the analogy, the bulletin board. On one hand, we very much want to be the community bulletin board. If you think of the bulletin board at your JCC, at the library, at the bank, you naturally they have it, at the entranceway, and your eyes flock to it because that's where all the important updates are. You want to see that bulletin board. On the other hand, the bulletin board only forces a one-way conversation. So while we wanted people to come to us, we wanted to have that two-way conversation. So simply posting content and then letting people off wasn't necessarily our focus. We wanted to stir up the conversation in any way possible, and we'll get to a little bit of that as we go along.
We saw 3 major areas of success through our efforts: community connection, partnerships and collaborations, and the power of fitness. And before we move on, I just want to bring your attention to this picture because it's an actual picture of one of our members. And what she's doing here is participating in our signature small group training program from her cottage. Now, this is a member who usually freezes her membership for the summers. And with our new virtual offering, she was able to stay engaged with her favorite program from the comfort, safety, and convenience from her deck right in front of her lake all summer long. So even though we suffered a lot of hardships over the last year, there were definitely lots of silver linings as well. So as we mentioned, We Are J Fitness became a true hub for our community. And that happens through several of our initiatives, and we wanted to highlight 3 of them. So one, as Stephen mentioned, were our interactive live digital classes. We pivoted very quickly to bring those to We Are J Fitness. I think it was within a week or so of us closing, if I remember correctly. And the live streaming platform on Instagram is incredible for allowing interactions of everyone who is in that live stream. So we saw lots of conversations, member to member, member to instructor. It was happening in a live, true space. This is when everybody was suddenly, for the first time in their lives, stuck at home, unable to leave, unable to interact with friends. And it was incredible, the amount of energy and fun that people were having in these classes, commenting to each other, sending each other hearts and emojis, commenting on instructor hairstyles, writing to each other, bragging about how many burpees they did in the last set. I think some people joined the classes just for those conversations. It was really amazing to see those interactions and that connection come to life in the virtual space. Now we also, right at the beginning of the pandemic, also ran our Goofy Plank Challenge. Now this was a challenge we ran, and we encouraged participants to post a picture of themselves doing a variation of a plank in a fun, goofy, creative way. So the picture you see is actually a mother and daughter duo. The mom is planking and the daughter is doing that fancy vertical split right on top of her. And not only were members encouraged to post a picture, they were supposed to tag 5 of their friends, and that spread like wildfire across our community. People were having so much fun with it. We were seeing over 300 posts throughout the entire challenge. People were incorporating their pets, their hobbies. People were playing ping pong in a plank position, playing the piano. We saw families of 4 and 5 building plank towers. It was incredible. And what was really cool about this challenge is that we invited other JCCs to participate, and we saw over 30 other JCCs join in the fun. So not only did this create a connection within our own community, but it created a connection across the JCCs in North America, which was, I think, our first true collaboration in that pandemic, if I remember things correctly. And that brings me to perhaps our most successful online challenge that we ran at our JCC. And it was specific to our community because we had a prize that we gave away, the My J Workout Challenge. We ran it twice, in the summer and then in the winter of 2020. And we had a pretty awesome giveaway. The first time around, we had a spin bike that was donated by a sponsor. And then later on, we gave away a 1-year free family membership as a prize. And the goal of this challenge was to post for a period of 30 days, a daily post of your workout. So we really wanted to, again, this came to that screen fatigue and how do we keep people having fun and engaging with us? We couldn't just do the digital classes. We couldn't just post some tips and workouts. We had to keep reinventing ourselves to keep the community engaged. And so here for a period of about 30 days, we encouraged them to post something daily, capturing their workout. And each post that they did was a ballot for a chance to win this prize. And the creativity and fun was incredible as well. It really became more than just about gunning for that prize. People were tagging their friends and being creative with their posts. Anyone who had a graphic design background was doing all sorts of funny and fun things with their daily posts. And it really became a movement where others were inspiring other members and friends to move along with them. And so what Stephen has here, we wanted to share this with you because this video truly captures the essence of this challenge and sort of brings that community connection to life. So this is us dropping off the prize and actually surprising the family who won. So they didn't know that they were winners and we surprised them at their house. Okay.
Hey, Stephen and Irina here, so excited to announce the winner of My J Workout. Participation has been fantastic all month long. Post workout inspiration coming each and every day, and that would not be possible without you, all of your commitment, all of your support, all of the buy-in. It has been inspiring to the moon and back.
The My J Workout winner is Sanford Lichter. Congratulations to Sanford and his family. They have won a 1-year free membership to the J. We are so excited. We're just about to head over and surprise the family. We can't wait to see the look on their faces. Let's do this together, guys. Come on.
This is the best part of our day.
AJ community, happy holidays. Stephen and Irina here. So
we promised we did not tell them, it was not scripted. We didn't ask them to say it was the best part of their day. It was just an incredible moment when they opened the door. It was truly memorable.
And it was one of the best parts of our year, for sure. So moving on to partnerships and collaboration. This year, or this past year, I should say, really served as a great opportunity to connect with our fellow JCC friends in a way that we hadn't done so, prior to COVID. Maybe at the JCCA conference, we would meet new colleagues and hear and see what was going on. But the pandemic had really brought us together, certainly within the fitness cohort. I think I saw Mark Pattis from Orange County jump on the call earlier. Hello, Mark. And Mark was one of the early JCCs that we partnered with, the Mirage JCC as well as the Kaplan JCC. We invited them to wrap up our Goofy Plank Challenge, and we held a plank party together, us 3 JCCs, as a way to kind of, put a nice end to the contest. We had about 300 participants or so. And then we quickly transitioned, taking that model, taking that success. As you can see the poster here, we were joined by 8 JCCs in total. You may even recognize one of your Zumba instructors on there if you took part in this. And it was fantastic. We held 2 Zumba fest parties that, again, were fueled by the conversation that started on social. We moved these parties and events over to Zoom to create a really interactive environment, but I don't think they would have been possible without the initial conversation happening on social. We've since partnered with our fellow Canadian JCCs for International Women's Day. And then most recently, we took 3 JCCs that were in North America and we partnered with the JCC in Mexico, the JCC in Poland, and Israel Lacrosse to celebrate World Health Day. We also did some local partnerships as well, which were great as far as, growing our brand locally here in Toronto. I also want to talk a little bit about the power of exercise. So, you know, the account in itself is a fitness account. So exercise obviously played a big role into who we are and what we did. This poster here on the left, as you can see, was May 3rd, 2020. So still fairly early in the pandemic times. You know, we thought, even though it may not be the prettiest of things, we thought this was a lot more effective than using stock photo. And sure enough, it was. Again, our members valued and appreciated seeing these familiar faces so much, and we all came together that morning to do a special boot camp bash on Instagram. It was very stressful for me. Always being on Instagram doing a live class was very stressful about technical difficulties, especially when it's, you know, out of our control. But for this class specifically, we were all logged into the Instagram account, and one by one there was a clean handoff and transition, even though we could only be on there at once, and there was a pause, but it all worked out beautifully. We had some weekly workout videos as well, in addition to our group exercise, which really fueled a lot of activity on our account. It was an opportunity for us to drive some new paid programming too. So as soon as the weather got better, last summer, I should say, and the restrictions started to ease up, we took our small group training program outdoors, and we really used social media to showcase what that program was going to be about. In addition to the boot camp bash, we also have held a couple fit fests, which have been our big member celebration. The initial ones happened on Instagram, and we really leveraged the heck out of Instagram and the connectivity element. And then we've slowly moved it over to our website, Virtual JCC, as we've been able to increase the production value. And those Fit Fest events were, you know, two full mornings of back-to-back classes, all favorite instructors, favorite different classes going on, something for everybody, and had Olympic style broadcast feel. And the reaction and the engagement was great.
So we feel that the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that we've poured into this platform is going to continue to help us be successful in the future. Firstly, we have a much larger audience now, which already has and will continue to provide greater sales opportunities and new member recruitment. We've been able to keep our member connection alive through We Are J Fitness over the last year, and we'll be able to continue to build on as we prepare to hopefully reopen in the next couple of months. And finally, that unique opportunity to connect with JCCs across North America, as well as some of the local organizations we mentioned earlier, will provide future opportunities for collaboration and more exciting things. And finally, the reason why you come to a presentation is that final takeaway. How will this help me? Well, here's our magic formula to share with you. First step is to create a dedicated fitness account. I think we really hammered in the point that every fitness department has so much to offer. And when it's embedded within the main account of a JCC that has so many other incredible programs happening, it often gets lost in there. So giving your fitness department its own voice and a unique opportunity to connect with your fitness member in a way that's going to interest them is very special, and you'll reap so many rewards from it. Okay. Step 2 is selecting 1 or 2 full-time staff to truly take a leadership role in running the account. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be someone from the fitness team. It can be somebody from marketing, but it does have to be someone who is there at least on a weekly, if not daily basis on the ground, capturing real-time content of what is happening in your fitness center. Make a short-term plan. It doesn't have to be a full year plan, which could be overwhelming. Make it 3 months, make it 6 months, and set yourself up for success with a monthly content calendar. Create theme days like Trainer Tuesday or Workout Wednesday. Make it easy for yourself so that you can capture that content, plan it out, and schedule. Okay. And the key that we want to share is the organic content. Make sure that your content is organic and real. Stay away from stock images. What your members want to see and what they'll connect and engage with is seeing people that they recognize. So it could be other members, it could be your star personal trainer, it could be that instructor that just packs in the room. That is what they will relate to, enjoy, like, comment, share, send to a friend. And that's why they're going to follow your page. So make sure you keep that content organic, real time. So if an event happens and you capture content, don't wait a week to post. Do it right away on that day or the next day. And celebrate those member experiences and moments. And the last thing we'll leave you with is don't be afraid to take chances. So post, there's going to be lots of trial and error, and you're going to realize what your members are relating to, what kind of content are they enjoying. So the stuff that doesn't work, great, just scrap it and don't repeat. When you see the posts that just blow up and people love it, do more of that, and you'll surely be successful.
And quickly, by no means, is it a competition? Do you have to have a main center account that's maybe being driven by the marketing team or a fitness account? We think we've kind of proven the model here in Toronto. We know there are many JCCs that have dual accounts and both can operate successfully under the same umbrella. That's really the formula to follow, right? The main center account has so much to showcase, right? The Jewish element, the Jewish holidays, all the other different departments, daycare, camp. There's so many things going on within your JCC. There's no need to necessarily have fitness feel like they need to compete with getting that time and space and stage and showcase. So that's really what helped birth our fitness account. We just felt there was so much, which is a great problem to have. And both can ultimately operate successfully together. So we can open up the floor for questions. I haven't had a chance to peek at the chat.
I see, Stephen, that Susanna Peer in Albuquerque asks, would you cross-share content with the JCC's main social media account? Fitness posts are 90% on our main account, so don't want to leave them hanging.
It's a great question. And I would say, again, if you have that dual account model, you should be taking some of the best of the best from your fitness account and making sure it's still being filtered to the main account. We notice here in Toronto, we have a sometimes overlapping audience. So, our members seeing something twice isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. But if you guys are rocking it out in fitness and you find that it's driving a lot of the content through your main account, keep doing that. Having something on the main account still once a week, bi-weekly is awesome to have. I just wouldn't necessarily post some of the maybe smaller nuanced things that are happening within fitness. They don't necessarily have to go to the fitness, to the main account all the time. If that makes sense.
Thank you. Erica F asks, how do you encourage members to follow the new fitness account if they already are following the main account?
So I can make 2 suggestions on that. First of all, you can put out some teaser posts on the main account to invite people into the fitness account. And if that's fitness specific content appeals to that follower, they will want more of that. So it could be something that, again, invites them, like if you enjoy this and you want to learn more about our personal trainers, or you want more tips on performing an exercise, also follow us on this account for more options. And the other thing, I think we all know that nothing beats a personal invitation. So as soon as you set up that fitness specific Instagram account, make sure that everyone on your fitness team is on board with inviting members to follow. So everyone from the person at the fitness desk to the person on the fitness floor, your training team, your instructors can announce it in a fitness class. Make sure that personal invitation is there.
Erica, I'm going to show you how easy it is. So if everybody can quickly grab their phones, watching your screens, I know you have your phone beside you. You're probably surfing Instagram already. You're going to open up Instagram quickly. Open it up. You probably have it open. Who are you lying to? It's open. You're surfing. You're browsing. You're multitasking. Go to the search. Look up We Are J Fitness. Give us a follow. We obviously appreciate the support. Hopefully you can browse the page and see some of the different things that we're doing. And again, get in touch with us. Through Instagram. One of the great things we've been able to do is, we'll post something and we'll notice other JCCs are commenting and liking it. And we'll try and do the same for them to really, build that connection and conversation. So give us a follow at We Are J Fitness and use this exact same call to action anytime you're doing something in person. It can be as simple as, a regular Group X class, or certainly when you have, not that we're in a COVID world doing big events, but when big events come back, for example, in Toronto, we have a massive Zumbathon event. We get 100, 150 people to pack the parking lot. This is the first and the last thing we're saying. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out. Everybody phones up, give us a quick follow. We're going to be posting photos, capturing the event today. Make sure you go on and see yourself.
Amazing. And Stephen and Irina, you can drop your emails in the chat as well for people to grab so that they can stay in touch with you. And we do have about a minute left for one more question. I see, oh, now it's moving. Are you still capturing the same 3,200 users? And are you able to have any in-person group exercise classes or events? Are there plans to do hybrid once you can?
So we still are capturing the same audience. You know, some of our initial fire and momentum from early COVID has cooled. Just because, you know, as Irina mentioned, there's so much competition out there, but we felt like our audience base and our engagement has held pretty strong. Now here in Toronto, I can't speak for the rest of North America, but Toronto, Ontario is not in the greatest spot when it comes to COVID. So unfortunately, RJ here has been closed since November, and we don't yet have a finish line in sight. That has hurt us as far as getting some new content out. You know, as soon as we do get back to the center, and as soon as, you know, the center is about to open again, we're going to ramp up, you know, our posting and our posting strategy. Right now, though, we're still trying to keep some element of connection, keeping people inspired from home. And I saw one other question there. We do still use Facebook. The easy thing to do is just connect the two. Connect your Instagram to your Facebook. Everything we post on Instagram goes to Facebook. We know not everybody has both. So if somebody's an old school social media user, they only like Facebook, they're still getting that same content.
Fantastic. Of course, this is really the beginning of a conversation, and now folks have your contact information and know how to get started. I just have a few little housekeeping notes to make for everyone. Thank you so much for attending JCC Excellence Showcase. At 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join us in J Cafe, our virtual coffee lounge, and connect with fellow colleagues in a relaxed, informal setting. J Cafe is a great place to recap your day, such as this incredible session that we just took part in, which you will also be able to find a recording of. And also it's an opportunity to just meet people outside your community. And you can start your day tomorrow by connecting with colleagues at our Mindful Motivator at noon Eastern Standard Time. Log in for 15 minutes and set your intentions for the day, and prepare to bring your whole self to a fun, full day at ProCon. And once you're in the right frame of mind and body, you'll be able to be all set for our second set of enrichment electives and movement moment to close us out. And once again, thank you so much to Stephen and Irina from Schwartz Reisman Center. I wanted to make sure that the thank you came last. This was incredible. I learned so much. And please reach out, find out how to partner, how to share this excellence. You are all amazing and you're so inspiring. Thank you so much.